Assalamualaikum and a very good day. I am Nurul Najihah binti Zana Amidin. My matric number is 255683. In this video, I would like to present about risk mitigation. Risk mitigation practice in IT projects aims at early identification and recognition of risks, and then mitigate and reduce the risk via risk identification, risk decision, risk treatment, and risk monitoring. The main process of risk mitigation is the identification and selection of appropriate risk mitigation strategies. Risk mitigation need to be performed in different types of risks, which are strategic, technical, and operational risks. For strategy and technical, the risk mitigation is required to aid decision making whether to distribute the project or not. While for operational risk, it relates to IT process and normally it is performed by IT manager or IT experts. Risk mitigation tools can help to identify critical risks that influence the successful outcome of IT process and the risks associated with IT process. Next, estimate the probability and magnitude of the risk. Next, reuse of knowledge gained from other software projects. And lastly, provide risk reduction advice. Example of tools for risk mitigation are SoftRisk and STRA. Both tools introduce risk reduction advice. SoftRisk provide risk database that save all important data about identified risks. STRA provide assistance in identifying and mitigating software project risks. Internet-based risk mitigation tools is the most famous approach being used, since it can be utilized by software development team disregarding the actual geographic dislocation of team members. The web-based system uses a three-tier architecture. The top tier is part of the user interface. Middle tier is the core of the system for business logic. For bottom tier, it handles the data storage. The advantage of this architecture, it is easier to make change in database layer without influencing the other layers. The risk mitigation strategies are avoidance, acceptance, control, transfer, and no-blame safety strategies. Avoidance risk strategy, it foresees and avoids high-risk situations. For example, it helps identify high-risk factors of new features or process prior to the decision to start implementation. Some establishments may decide not to start a system with high hazard risk factor. Second, acceptance risk strategy. It is based on an estimate or prediction that may incorrectly forecast the future. Management must closely monitor the performance or establish early warning systems. Third, control risk strategy. It focuses on organization prioritize risk factors. This strategy may reduce the probability of occurrence and the severity of the consequences of an unwanted product failure. Fourth, transfer risk strategy. It shifts the burden of each risk consequence to another party. And last one, no-blame safety strategy. It removes the fear of revenge from employers when reporting near miss and close call events. That's all from me. Thank you. Don't forget to click like button.